we still in New York City, right? Growing up in New York City, you always heard about the different gangs. You get what I'm saying? And a rare case in this city is the Chinatown gangs, right? Flying Dragons, Ghosts, something. You know what I'm saying? But you hear about them. You know, the OGs. Today, present time, you don't really hear nothing. You don't really know if they keep it going. Like, they really quiet with they shit. I'm pretty sure it's still some type of organization because, you know, Chinatown is, they be owning all of that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's something to something over there. You feel me? It's something to something. But right now, we about to go learn. We about to watch some hood vlog video, right? They took China Mack to his hood, Chinatown, Lower East Side, downtown Manhattan, New York City. They sanction. Fuck what you talking about? And he gonna just break down shit for niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause I don't really know shit about him. I don't know a single dude. I thought he was blood. I didn't know he was, you know what I'm saying, was Chinatown gangster. I ain't know that, cause his name had Mack in it, and he took the K out. So, you feel me? Like, well, nah, that don't make him a crip, cause he took the K out. Bro, let's get into this video, bro. 420 Quad, yo, spark your shit up, man. Let's get it.
To collect money from all of these stores. Weapons hidden over here. Police coming, we are running to the building, run upstairs. This was the worst part of New York City.
I don't know about that, bro. I never heard that.
What's going on, guys? It's a beautiful day out here in Chinatown, New York City. I'm Miss China Mack. He's gonna show us his hood.
My guy Hood Vlogs hit me up. He said he want to know about Chinatown. Now I know a lot of people know Chinatown for good food and fake bags and watches and but Chinatown got a whole dark side to it that y'all don't know about, and I'm about to put y'all on. I was born in Brooklyn, right?
Right.
But I grew up right here in Chinatown. And when I grew up, it was in the 80s. I was probably like 2-3 years old after I saw my first body out here, just laying on the street. Chinatown is right here, but Little Italy is right here, like right across the street. When the feds came and they took care of the mafia, Giuliani, he came, took down the whole mafia. Like the next year, he came right here to Chinatown and took out all the gangs in Chinatown. This is Canal Street, right? The gangs that was on Canal Street was the Vietnamese gang, BTK. This right here
Born to Kill
is the 5th precinct. This precinct used to be so busy back in the days. And I remember when I was a kid, I remember the gang that was right on this street right here, Born to Kill, right? They was mad because the police had locked one of them, the leader up, and they sent like 3 dudes over here and threw a grenade, threw 2 grenades in one of the cop cars, and the cop was in this shit. The street that my gang was on, right down the block.
What?
That shit used to still go crazy every day with the police right here. My father, he was a part of one of the biggest gangs in Chinatown, and he had a really big position in the gang. The name of his gang was Flying Dragons. When I was probably like 3 years old, we parked right here. My mom was trying to get into this parking spot, and somebody else was trying to get into the parking spot, and they had an argument. You know what I'm saying? So the dude hit my mother's car. There was like a couple people in the alleyway that was a part of. Like,
you see across the street, you see those as projects over there too. You know what I'm saying? They look a little bit like houses, but those shits is fucking projects. It's projects all throughout Manhattan, bro.
And when they saw that it was my mom and me, they beat this dude up. They hit him with a brick. I don't know if they killed him or not, but I know he was fucked up. So right here, all of this shit was Flying Dragons, right? And this street right here was home of the Ghost Shadows. Ghost Shadows and the Flying Dragons were like arch nemesis. I know we was talking about gangs and street shit, but I'm gonna put you onto some food shit. Right here, Great New York, Noodle Town. This shit been here for so long, it's still here. Through the corona and all that shit, when other stores closed, this shit is open. I don't know if it's still open late nights, but after the club, this shit be open. And check this out, I'm gonna put you on right now. Excuse me, big fella. Look, they serve baby pigs every day, bro. You can get a whole baby pig. This is Bayard Street, right? As a kid, I couldn't come to this street because this was like the home of my father's arch nemesis, Ghost Shadows. You feel me? But my aunt lived over here. You know what I'm saying? My aunt lived in that building right here. 1, 2, 3. And they used to have to sneak me over here because the gang shit was real. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't, you know, they'll fuck around and try to like kill me or some shit because I'm my father. So I used to have to hide, sneak, wait for certain
I never
time,
understand niggas who
like
I don't understand how niggas could live in the same vicinity and be beefing. It don't make no sense, bro. Like it really make no sense. Niggas be divided by streets. Not even miles, bro. Niggas is divided by one street, one block. Should be bananas.
It's your first time in Chinatown?
Yes.
Do y'all eat pork?
Yes.
You do? I'm gonna put you on. Pork buns, right there, melee wise. You won't. You never had it in your life.
Awesome.
You never had anything like it. Try it. The gang apartment was right here, 57 Bayard. Second floor. This is how serious this shit was. The gangs that have its own apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 apartments, and that's where all the gang members would stay at. They would bring in mad underage kids. I joined that shit when I was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all types of ages. And they would have the kids commit the murders, shootings, and all the wild shit, you know what I'm saying? Because the kids wouldn't get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't do the same time.
And New York City is back on that shit. Like, if you under the age of 12 years old, you won't be sentenced to nothing. Like, you won't get no jail time. So it's about to be a lot of young assassins out here, bro. It's about to be ridiculous.
So they used to have me wilding the fuck out, coming out of this gang apartment. You see all these businesses right here? This whole street of businesses? All of these shits was paying extortion money. They would all have to pay. They would pay their rent, they would pay their water bill, their electricity bill, but along with that, they would have to pay the rent to the gangs, you know what I'm saying? So we used to collect money from all of these stores, and our job was to protect this shit, you know what I'm saying? So nobody from Lower East Side, nobody else could come on this block and fuck with this block because the gangs will make sure this shit was in check. You know what I mean? So our job every day, waking up when people was going to work, going to school, going to wherever the fuck they was going to, we came right outside on the block and we was watching this bitch. We used to have weapons hidden over here, guns and fucking knives and shit hidden over here. We used to just spread out.
The fire escape vibe is fire, man.
They put cameras on this shit. Not the police, but we put our own cameras on the street. We could see who's coming in the block, on the block. We was on our shit. Every fucking single restaurant, every single place here, we used to eat there for free. I was upstairs coming down to this restaurant right here, right? And the restaurant, all the gang members, it was after everybody finished watching the street, and we was all in the restaurant eating. And when I walked right out the door, somebody came running towards me and was like, yo, the other gang, the rival gang from Mack Street was coming on the block. So we all came, they all ran out of the restaurant, and we all came on this block. And by the time we came out here, the other gang members was right here, like right here. I'm gonna show you. They pulled up, like right there.
Sound like a movie scene.
Like about 40, 50 dudes just fucking, and we had a big ass gang fight right here. And I watched, this is the second day I was a part of this game. I watched somebody die right here, where that cop car is, and he was a person, his name was Bo, right? And that day, he used to look out for me. Like when I first went into the game, he gave me money, he gave me clothes, he made sure I was good. And 2 days later, within less than 48 hours, he was laying on the floor, dead. This is Melee Y. What y'all here for? The pork buns? They here for the pork buns. I'm telling you, the pork buns here is crazy. We on Mack Street. It ends over here, but it go all the way in deep, like past Little Italy and all that shit. But from right here, these 4 or 5 blocks, this was in Chinatown. This was all Ghost Shadow territory. My father was a part. Yo, what up, baby? Yo, my father was a part of the Flying Dragons. Like I said, he was a leader. And when I grew up, you know,
I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of crazy. Like just seeing that right there, how he just, hey yo, bro. That's mad crazy to see that shit on some like Chinatown street. You know what I'm saying? You don't even think motherfuckers be moving and shaking like that over there. But this is crazy. My street. Man, I
wanted
know
to be
about
that
all this.
complete opposite of
Be in
him. You know what I'm
Chinatown.
saying? So I went and joined the
You see me
rival
preamed
gang,
up.
Ghost Shadows. This block
You see me
right
preamed
here
up. So
was
you
a
know,
whole nother group of Ghost
y'all
Shadows.
just see me
So
preamed
this
up.
block
You know I'm
was
downtown
one set
nigga.
of Ghost Shadows, and
I'm
this
a
block
uptown-
was
I'm a
another
Manhattan
set of
nigga,
Ghost
man.
Shadows.
I love my
And
city,
we had
bro.
mad beef. That right there It's central booking and the courthouse.
Spent a
After
lot
you
of
go to
nights in
court
there.
and shit, and they take you to Rikers Island, which is the county prison in New York City. If you ain't heard of Rikers Island, I don't know where the fuck you been, cause Rikers Island is crazy. It ain't it ain't Hawaii. I'll tell you that. That's just a different type of island. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a gate, right? That gate lift up, and the correction bus come out. And every day it comes the same route. It goes up this block. You know what I'm saying? So I remember I was locked up, facing fucking life, and I was, and the fucking truck would come on this block and drive up this block.
Being locked up in the bookings right there. Any window you see, you look out, you just see mad Chinese. Like you see Chinese words, bro. Because you in Chinatown, you see the OGs. You know what I'm saying? The elders and shit like that. They in the park hitting that. They be in the park just doing that shit, bro. You get out the bookings early in the morning or some shit. In the afternoon, y'all, you be lucky if you get out that day, bro. Sometimes you get in the bookings, you could be out that shit an hour or two. Sometimes you be in the booking, bro. You be in that shit a day or two, bro. I remember the first time I spent the night, bro, in the bookings, bro. It wasn't the first. I mean, it was the first, but it wasn't the last, bro. I'm like, that's why, bro. I ain't trying to do nothing to go to jail, bro. That shit is boring. Fuck all the other shit in jail, bro. It's boring, bro. It's fucking boring, bro. Shit is wild boring.
My hood every fucking time I go to court. We on Pell Street.
That's the punishment.
And look, you look at this block,
the
it
boredom.
look mad nice. You got people
gotta just sit there
tables and
for hours.
everybody hee ha ha. It wasn't like that back in the days. This block right here was the most dangerous block in the whole Chinatown, and it's just one block. And this is the block that I grew
Look how
up
tight
on.
it is.
This is the block that my father ran on. This is the block where the notorious Flying Dragons was at. And this shit, I'm telling you, was crazy. People were scared to death to come on this block. Nobody wanted parts of this block. This is a restaurant that my father used to always come to, right? And I don't know if it was the same name and shit, but I remember there was mad gang meetings. Like everybody had like, you know, whenever there was like a big function with the gangs, they used to come to this restaurant. And the godfather of Chinatown, his name was Uncle Benny, right? Chutso in Cantonese, right? Chutso, that means Uncle Seven. This dude was like the John Gotti of Chinatown. He ran Chinatown. Nothing came through Chinatown he didn't approve of. You feel me? And he was my godfather. You know what I mean? When my mom gave birth to me that first year, Uncle Seven bought me all the Pampers for that whole year. You feel me? And I remember the last time I seen Uncle Seven was right here in this restaurant, and he died maybe like a month or two after. You know, the gangs wasn't just street gangs. The street gangs was ran by like the Toms, right? And the Toms were like the business people, but they also was involved with the shenanigans. They
the shenanigans.
They still like sending street hits and shit like that, but they was businessmen, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but they would use the street gangs to do all the dirty work, you feel me? So like, this shit, they used to control it. You know what I'm saying? They used to control it, and even though there'd be mad shit happening, it would happen.
I'm gonna come clean. It's a heavy police presence in Chinatown, downtown Manhattan. It's a heavy police presence, bro. You think in the hood it's a police presence. In reality, it'd be a car or two. Downtown, bro, it'd be police on every corner you turn, bro. Every block you turn. That's a fact. You can see, just if you paying attention to the background, bro, you see mad cop cars because they just park them shits. And anywhere you see, like, it'll be like a precinct somewhere that's like low key. You're not even gonna see it. You're just gonna see police cars parked outside. You're not even gonna think nothing. And it's a whole precinct right here with a regular storefront, bro. Bro, if you from Harlem, the police station on 135th next to the IHOP, next to the FDA, FDM, whatever the fuck that shit is, bro. Is a bagel shop right next door to the police station. I got locked up in that shit a million times, bro. And I was sitting there one day waiting for my man to come out. And I just keep seeing cops come out that motherfucking shit. They go in that shit, they come out that shit, but you never see the same person. You get what I'm saying? You never see the same person come in and come out. You see a motherfucker go in, never come out. Somebody else come out. And I fake asked one, and I was like, yo, is that like another exit for y'all? He was like, I can't tell you that. Yo, be careful, bro. Be careful, bro.
The tourists
Dad, be
would leave.
careful,
Dawyer
bro.
Street right here, Dawyer and Pell Street. This is my father's gambling house back in the day. Before the Chinese came here, you know, the Irish was here in Chinatown. They used to put all of the undesirables here in Chinatown because they felt like this was the worst part of New York City. The Chinese willingly came to America to find the gold, but when they got here, the gold was gone. There wasn't no fucking gold.
There was no
you know what I'm
gold.
saying? So they were being, you know, they were being cheap labor, right?
Right,
So,
they did the railroads and shit.
After the Chinese
with
built the
black people.
railroads and all of that, they put them mostly over here in San Francisco, the two oldest Chinatowns in America.
That's a fact.
So this block is called Dawyer Street. And it's also a very small bend, right?
Yo, I'm hella
But this
intrigued
was
by this
called
shit,
the
bro.
murderous, the murder alley.
One is
couldn't
because
go
I
nowhere.
love history, right? I love history, and then I love the history of New York City. So this is some shit, some New York City history. I don't got much Asian homies, let alone any Asian homies from Chinatown. Most of my Asian homies, they from Queens. You get what I'm saying? If Chinatown and Queens, Flushing, maybe, yo, matter of fact, that's what we gonna do. Cause this is Manhattan, Chinatown. So we gonna tap in with the homies in Queens and see what they was on in Queens.
My father sending me
We gonna see what the homies in
out
Queens was
with
doing.
his like little brothers, they were called, like, you know, part of the gang. And I remember I was being walked by one of the dudes. I was a little kid. I was probably like 4 years old.
Right.
And the person I was walking with, I remember his name. His name was Ronald. We call him Ronnie. Once we got here, right, I heard gunshots.
See all these back
Boom,
blocks.
boom, boom. They were sending shots right here, and they hit him.
Uptown don't got that. Don't got back blocks like that. You see how they just got back blocks like that. A car can't come down that shit. You don't got none of those uptown, bro. You don't really got none of those, like little small alleyways. Like, nah. It's usually blocked off by something. Like, you gotta either go through a building, but then the way the buildings be built, like they don't be lined up to cause an alley. Like, it'll be a small alley, then a building just cuts it off. Like, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a one-way type shit. Like,
And he was just laying right here dead. And I was just like, I was crying, screaming. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. If you've been to Chinatown before, you know this spot right here, Chinatown Fair. This shit been here since I was a kid. And it's crazy because as a kid, I always wanted to come here and play video games. I always wanted to come here and play video games because it was the only arcade in the whole Chinatown. But I couldn't come here because this was home of the Ghost Shadows. When I joined the Ghost Shadows, I was able to come here. You know what I mean? We had shootouts and this shit. Like, you know, I seen somebody, we chased somebody out of here, you know what I'm saying? And he got stabbed to death. I didn't stab him to death, but somebody went to jail for that shit already. That's why I could talk about that. That was like in the 90s. I told y'all, we used to have to watch the street. So at like 8 o'clock, 7, some shit like that, we always would all come out and be standing, watching the street. So, you know, we kids used to do dumb shit. So I remember we had Roman candles, right? So I was on that side of the street. My boy was right here on this side of the street. And we was shooting Roman candles at each other. You know what I'm saying? We was shooting Roman candles at each other. And this lady that was walking by, I shot the Roman candle and the shit smacked her in the head. And her hair set on fire. You know what I'm saying? And we ran. I ran into the building.
nah, you supposed to go help her.
And yo, I swear, no lie, bro. Within like 5 minutes, this whole shit was filled with police. Do you know what the fuck? It was one of the top Supreme Court judges. It was his wife. Look, you think that's the building right here, right? But look, damn, they locked this
They
shit.
about to come get you.
What they think? Look at this shit. I don't know who they built this building for. This shit's smooth as hell. Look at this. And there's no other entrance. The entrance was right there. You gotta go through a fucking alley.
Man, we gonna rock out. We gonna rock out. It's about to come out.
So look,
The view.
we used to get chased by the police. We had jumped this building. You know what I'm saying? Jump over here, get on that building, and then we leave from a whole nother building. Look, you see people hanging their clothes? I'll grab a shirt, put that shit on, run down the other stairs, and be like a regular person. There used to be like tunnels. You could go under the tunnel and come out a whole nother street, like 5 streets down. For real, they used to be all connected, but now it's not connected anymore. That's the courthouse.
You have to go.
Look, we getting kicked out by Karen.
I live here, and
I grew up here. Yo, so look, right now we at Warhop. All the gang members used to come here.
Look, gentrification don't just affect African American neighborhoods. Like, no, gentrification is affecting that organic New York, that old New York. That's what it's affecting. New York is pretty much growing up. Like, it's one of the richest places in the country. You know what I'm saying? So, shit is growing up. Like, it's getting off that. No more this ghetto gutter shit.
This is where the regular people would sit.
Right, these niggas love food though.
The gangsters would sit back here.
Alright, tell us about the
And I
peas
remember
and
there
then
was
we out of here.
Right here. Right now we are in Chinatown / Lower East Side, right? And this is like maybe 5 blocks away from where we was just at on my street. And this is Smith Project. Yo, we used to go to war. We used to go. There was a lot of bloodshed back in the days. But you know, when they did come, you know, we would give them hell. You know what I'm saying? We would give them hell, and they would know not to come to Chinatown, and we would know not to come here. Early '80s, like the gangs, they didn't want the gangs to do drugs. They didn't want the gangs to sell drugs, right? But some of the best fucking heroin came from Asia. You know what I'm saying? The triangle. And in the 80s, like in 80, like around 84, 85, this guy named Chung Tao, right? His name was Machine Gun Johnny. He took over and he started getting the gangs into drugs. And they started bringing the heroin from Asia into here. And back in the days, Lower East Side here, all the way down to Baruch, all the way down to Avenue A, B, C. Heroin was crazy. It was like a ghost town out here. Like everybody, you seen drug addicts in the middle of the street shooting up. It was bad out here. You know what I'm saying? And it was all because of the drugs that was coming from Chinatown. The name of the heroin was called China White. And anybody that was a part in New York City in those times, the 80s and shit like that, you knew what China White was.
Well, guys, that's the end of the video, and big shout out to China Mack.
Yo, big shout out to her vlogs, man. Shout out to her vlogs for the video. Shout out to China Mack. It's your boy Big Mac, man. I already told you. Hold on. Giveaway. First place. Second place. Oh, wrong shit, wrong shit. Wrong shit. 14. Pro. All you gotta do is leave comments. What's today? Monday? So from Monday to next week Monday. Whoever leaves the most comments, I got you. Leave the most comments on the most videos. I'm a deadass keep a tally. You know, I got TUBEBUDDY. I could just go straight through comments. I don't gotta click through each video. You go in one of those. First place, MacBook Pro. Second place, iPhone 14. Merry Christmas. You see, I still got the Christmas shit up.